Hello everyone and welcome to Elisa Maria Designs. I am Elisa Maria and I'm so happy that you're here today. I hope that the title of this video caught your attention. So welcome back my subscribers if you're back, and welcome if you are new. We are tackling confetti today, and I have to tell you, out of all the videos that I have ever done, there's maybe 200 plus, this one has me shook to my core. So let me get started. A little bit about myself is that I have been diamond painting for about a year. I was never really gaga over confetti. I was doing woman in a hat with woman in a feather boa with hat. I'll put her picture up here, and you can see there's a lot of black, a lot of color blocking, and I was so happy that when I got to that one section where there was some color, that I was just overjoyed. Black can be, especially color blocking. Color blocking gets a bad rap. You know, people don't like it, but I find that to be a challenge also. Even if you're looking at this picture that I have up here, it is a lot of black, a lot of color blocking. And I went back and I can't tell you how many times I had to like rearrange the lines because it's very difficult. Square black diamonds and square white diamonds, they tend to show a lot of gapping. Anyway, I was so happy when I got to that one patch of color, and I very quickly realized that I was in just a disarray of chaos. I get overwhelmed very quickly. I keep as minimal of an approach to diamond painting as I can, because everything is a distraction, and this was making me very anxious. And instead of taking a break, I just kind of barreled through it. And by the time I was done with that one square, my shoulders were up into my ears. I had a headache. I put the diamond painting on a hanger, as I do with clips, and I hung it up, and I walked out of the room, and I went to go take an aspirin, and I went to get something to eat, and I walked around my yard, and I was like, I don't know where I'm going to go with this diamond painting, because I know that there's a lot more of those little blocks just like that one, and I don't know. I came back into the house, and I was ready to just throw darts at this painting, until I looked at it as I was approaching it, and I was like, what is that? Is that a girl sitting at a cafe? Is it a car? And as I started to approach this patch of confetti that I had just did, I was just floored. I was floored. I was like, oh my God, now I know why everyone loves confetti. I'm falling in love. The muses came around me very quickly, and they picked me up and they whisked me away. And I had all these bright ideas that just kind of congregated into being on the cutting room floor. So I scaled down this video. Okay. So I'm going to give you the easiest tip that I've learned with confetti, and not try and throw it all at you. We'll be doing this diamond painting for a while, and as I progress through it, I'll give you some more tips that I've learned on my own that I think make sense. So, why did I get so overwhelmed with that first block, that 10 by 10 block? As you can see, I've already started this diamond painting. I was having a ball with this diamond painting. It was so nice to just, it was an easy, it's easy. It's not color blocking, it's not confetti, okay? So, why did I get overwhelmed with that one block? Well, I got overwhelmed, I believe, because I took too big of a block to begin diamond painting. See how easy things annoy me? Sound and everything else. So one of the things that I used, one of the tools, and I didn't use it this way, that I used it another way. And I must have been using release paper at some point. I bought this stack of release paper from Diamond Art Club, and I almost threw it away because I don't use release paper. And I'm glad that I didn't. Okay. So I bought this stack of release paper, and as I was trying to find a way to make diamond painting confetti fun, I came up with this idea of pinpointing a section, a small section. I don't like washi tape. How long have you been diamond painting? I don't like washi tape. It tends to annoy me. No matter, I can't find a really good washi tape that just stays down. And I find that if I washi tape my entire canvas, that it starts to get old and it starts to curl up and it just annoys me. I have a glue stick, I'm gluing it down. No good for me. But I like looking at my canvas as I'm diamond painting. And I like for you to be looking at the canvas that I'm working on as I'm diamond painting. Well, I can easily remedy that by putting the picture of the diamond painting in the corner throughout the diamond painting. Okay, so that calmed my anxiety about having my canvas covered. So I took out a sheet of this diamond painting release paper that I have from Diamond Art Club, and I said, well, how can I make this work? And I began to fold it. Let me get my aligner. Still too big of a section for me. And then I folded it again. Not much of a difference as a 10 by 10, so I folded it one more time. And I thought, this kind of reminds me of when I used to do ATCs, which is an artist trading card, which it seems that Diamond Art Club is doing now. They're making artist trading cards with their new kits. And I thought, this is about the size of an artist trading card. An artist trading card is the size of a business card. Okay, so it comes out to be 2 to 3 inches when you fold it the way that I showed you to fold it. An artist trading card has a ½ inch more. So the size that I'm going to be working is a little bit less than the size of a business card. I just showed you that in here. This is 2 by 3. A business card is 2 by 3.5, I believe. Yes, I think this is 2 inches. So now that I have a way to pinpoint the section on my canvas that I'm going to be working, I can actually put this release paper going north to south or east to west. I opted to stay in the direction that I was already working this canvas, and I'm working it north to south. So to save time, and also because John is home and he's just in my way, let's get this out of my way. I was prepping myself for this video. So I already put the sheet down, and I actually outlined it with washi tape, and I made my cut. Now, I don't know if I'm going to keep this, so I kept my cellophane. I'm going to fold this back. And again, I'm going to make a nice sharp crease with my aligner. And it stays down. I don't need a cover minder. I love cover minders. I use them as page holders in my books, but I don't like them when I'm diamond painting. They are a distraction. I love the whole curated look. I fall for it all. I wish I could be that person that has this curated washi tape and pen and cover minder. It's not me. It's not me. So then I placed my folded sheet down. Let's get this up here. Use my aligner once again. Wait, it's really stuck down there. Huh, okay. So I placed it down. You could see the creases in there. And then I have to hide my tweezer. Here it is. Because Foofy doesn't like this little cat on here. He just loses his mind. And what I did was, now I'm beginning. I'm a beginner lover of confetti. And I am so ambitious when I tackle anything that I want to eat the world, which is why the 3 90-minute films that I had for you guys ended up on the cutting room floor, because I was throwing it all at you and you all would have said, oh my God, is this girl, like, what is wrong with her? You know, it's just too confusing. So I could just do this size, or maybe I want to take a bigger piece. Okay, I don't. I just want to take this size, and I'm not going to cut it off because I may not finish and I want to be able to cover it, even though I do have my cellophane to go on top. So let me cut it, because again, I'm very anxious. I get very overwhelmed with things, and I just don't want more in my way that can be a hassle than needs to be. There you go, you're trash now. So I have this 2 by 3 section that I'm going to be working on. So as I was thinking of a fun way, as the muses were carrying me off and throwing confetti at me, and I had stars in my eyes of all the ideas that I had with confetti, I was sitting at this 10 by 10 square, still working with a 10 by 10 square, and I was looking at, how do I make this fun? That's what I was asking my muses. I want to make this fun. How can I make this fun? And how can I teach it to be fun? So I would say, as with all learning, when you are learning something new, take baby bites. This is exciting enough. You're learning something that within the next hour, you have this knowledge of something that you didn't know. So take it slow. Take small bites, okay? So as I was sitting here and I was looking at my confetti area, I leaned back in my chair, and the angle that I was looking at the canvas began to show me shapes and patterns. Now, I also film, so let me rise this up here. I film, and as I was filming one of the videos that hit the cutting room floor, I was like, well, I could just tell my subscribers to use their cell phone. I think what you don't see with your naked eye, your cell phone, your camera lens is going to pull up very easily for you. So if I was looking at my camera, and I can easily see that this is like a little island here. It's very dark. As with any painting that we love as diamond painters, I think of Paul Francois Quinzac, who is the artist of Beauty in Violet. I think of him when he created this canvas. And I think of him, was this a woman that he knew? He did a lot of mystical and allegorical paintings. So maybe this is just something from his imagination. Maybe he imagined this beautiful woman in violet sitting by a crescent moon. But it all begins with a sketch. And then he begins to fill in the details. And then he chooses his color palette. But what he does also in the process is shade and light, shadows and light. They're just a natural process of doing a portrait, doing art of any kind. You want your shadows and you want your light. So I would say, and a good tip to find your shadows, if you can't find it on your own, if you can't find it through your cell phone, is any one of your symbols that has white lettering. You see how this very obscure H over here and the Y and the N? Let's get you closer. So you see how the symbols in this very small 2 by 3 inch square, you see how some of the symbols are in dark lettering? They're your lighter drills. That's what I find. Your lighter drills and like your middle of the road colors. But your shading is in white symbols. So that's a good way to find what I'm calling a jumping off point to begin your confetti. Kind of just block the rest of this out, and probably why I had all these different shapes of paper, of release paper, was, I want to pinpoint my area as much as I can. So if it means that you have to cut pieces of release paper and just block this out, you can do that. Okay, so we're going to use these trays that I just bought from ARTDOT on Amazon. I kept the box for you guys. I am going to do another storage video. This is ARTDOT. This is the box that it came in. There are 6 large trays and 4 smaller ones. They interconnect if you want to do that. It was less than $10 for 10 trays. That's what made me buy it. Also that it has a non-skid, let's put this up again, on them, non-skid, has like no cats allowed. When I put these on my desk, let me get the rest of this junk out of the way. Don't need the scissors, don't need the business card. Okay, when I put these on my desk, they don't move. They really don't move. So I have a cat. If he were to jump up on my desk, he's not going to move these. However, it did come with a spoon, a little scoop, and I put a very flush amount, maybe even a little bit less in each tray. I set myself up because, again, I was waiting for John to leave. He was never leaving. And I wanted to get my diamond painting done. I was like, when are you leaving? So I was prepping myself. So it was a good thing. I'm looking at my canvas and I see this little, of course, the symbols are white here and here And I'm going to take this island here that I see. You can see it's a nice little outline. And I'm just going to concentrate on that as my jumping off point. So I'm going to begin to diamond paint what I see here, which is the Y's. Put them in my tray already. And I'm going to keep them like that. They will interconnect together. Maybe I'll put them all here. So if you're noticing that there's a Y on my tray, and all my symbols are on my tray, so I don't get confused because they're already out, I use, and I've been using these for years in my business, in my restaurants, China markers. I would give my staff a sheet, like a sheet to check things off to make sure that they were done. And rather than waste reams of paper, giving them a new one every day, I laminated it and gave them China markers to use. China markers easily just rub off. I can rub this off with my finger. So I marked each one of my trays with my China marker, and I'm going to begin with Y. Now I said I'll be back, but let me just diamond paint a little bit here for you. This is so relaxing to me that all I have to do is worry about this one section of shading that I have here to complete. This is my little island, my little oasis of shading. And this is all I need to worry about. Now, is this true confetti? I think so, more as you get into this lighter section. So right now we're doing a diamond painting session dealing with the shadows. They're the darkest, and we'll get into diamond painting the light in another video. So I think the light, kind of being that all the symbols are now dark, they tend to mix in with the neutral colors and accent colors of a painting, of a portrait. Now I could multi-place here, but I'm just so comfortable now. I really feel like I can breathe. Just keeping my eye on this section, not darting all over, because that's really what frustrated me also when I was not prepared for a patch of confetti. I was on Lizette's Craft and Tells, and I was telling her, I was looking at her update that she had for her Josephine wall, and I'm just gobsmacked when I see a painting that big of confetti. And I was telling her, Lizette, I recently fell into a patch of confetti that I was not prepared for. I was knocked unconscious, and when I came through, literally when I came through, when I went for that walk into my kitchen and then just like, was like, had something to eat and drink and literally had an aspirin, because it was the hunting and pecking, like, where am I going? Where am I going? And my shoulders were going up into my ears, and I was just feeling so stressed by this patch of confetti that I was not prepared for. I said, I knocked myself unconscious, and then when I got back up, I was like walking into my living room at this painting that I was ready to just put away and start something new. When it came into focus, and I know this is a painter. I haven't done any of my acrylic painting in a while. I used to take classes at Fleischer's in Philadelphia. When I actually walked into the room and it started to come into focus, I was like, oh my God, this is why everyone loves confetti. And I'm like, I'm off. My subscribers know that I just am so morally ambitious that I just want to go on to the next thing. So there we are. The Y's are done. This is my jumping off point. I'm going to put Y on the side. And if one comes up that I missed, no stress, no hunting and pecking through my tray because I put it back. Where is it? And you make yourself nuts. So the next kind of color that I see. So now what you're going to do, and I think the easiest way to explain this, is to work your borders. You have your base down, and now you're going to just work your borders of your primary color that you laid down. And so for me, I can go all different ways. I see a few of these flowers. I see a few of these little single kind of dots. And I really wanted to, while I'm thinking of it, I have my art book out. I have Beauty and Violet, and we did kit her up. And let me just look and see, being that we're talking about shading here. So this color here, this Y, was color 3799. And 3799 is a pewter gray, very dark, absolutely a shade color. Now you would think that this dot here, you're going to think that it's black, but it's not. Actually, Dreamer Designs, this is a Dreamer Design custom, and their black is usually a heart shape. But this actual color is what 3371, another shade. This is black brown. Okay, so we're going from a pewter gray, very dark, to now a black brown, which is these little circles here. Okay, black brown is complete. And then we're going to this next color, which is floral. This is one of my favorite colors. It's number 934. It's avocado green black, and that's the flower right here. Again, working my borders, just keeping my eye in one position. You know, I have my base color down. Having these few colors prepped for this recipe of diamond painting. Again, here's where my restaurant experience comes in, to be prepped and just like a cooking show. You know, you have everything ready to go. And then my next color is this H, which is 413. I'm sorry, that's 413. I'm so dyslexic, I actually looked at the number 4 and started to read it around. This is pewter gray dark. So we went from pewter gray, very dark, to a black brown. And now we're going into pewter gray dark, which is this H color. H on its side, I should say. Now, if you are a diamond painter that loves that kind of word jumble, hunt and peck type of confetti, you already have 4 prominent colors out. And if you wanted to, you could just, you know, just like a painter, you know, just move along the canvas in a way that's comfortable to you. Move along your little island, this kind of comfortable, and you could just kind of pick up and paint that way, much like a painter would. So my colors are done. My primary colors are done. And then there's just these, as I work the borders, I have a couple arrows going up and a few other colors here. So I'm going to continue to work my borders. I'm going to put these away, and rather than just let the film roll, I'm going to set up with my new colors, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so I put out the, I put back the drills that I was using, and so I can give you a little demo on this. I'm going to get my spoon that came with the kit. It also came with a little brush too. And I'm going to take my China marker out, and I'm going to just show you. You can just, of course, have a rag nearby, but you can just rub it off with your finger, these little symbols. That's what your China marker does. It's a marker for builders. It's waterproof. It has a ripcord string that you could just pull to make, when you wear down the tip, you just pull it and you take the paper off. And it's good for glass and stuff like that. I used to actually write on my I had a pastry counter, and my pastries were on the glass, and I would write with my China marker what was in the pastry counter so that I didn't hold up any of my customers. There's a piece of trash in there. There we go. All right, so I am diamond painting upside down, so I'm sure to turn my jewel containers upside down so I know that I have the right jewel containers, okay? Especially these guys where the arrows go. The greater than and less than symbols, don't you love those? So I'm going to use my little spoon and I'm going to take out some of these. I think I need much more than that. There's not that many. And this is the symbol going, I think it's less down. Okay, you're there. And then this guy, I have my, I found these to be a little bit staticky. Oh no, these weren't staticky. I think I was just jumping the curve. And keeping a minimal amount in your trays is another way to avoid disaster. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like to set up because they're afraid if they have kids and cats around, but did you see how fast I did that one section? How fast I got it completed? Because I just had everything ready to go. So it's just a little bit, now you can have more trays out than this. And I'm going to show you another tip on another day. It's the same way whether it's right or left. This is the bow tie. Okay. And put you back. And then I have the arrow going up, but it's upside down. Okay. Making sure I have the right arrow. There we go, upside down. And that is this symbol. Getting crazy with my China marker. And I just kept this one out. There's only a few. So I could just hunt and peck and get my hunt and peck energy out that way. And so I'm going to, again, go around my borders. And it's, I see primarily the arrows pointing towards the right. So I'm going to go with that one first. It's just so much more relaxing, and it just really made me fall in love with confetti. And I know diamond painters that take an even smaller bite than this when they're doing mega confetti. Mega confetti. And so that is all I see of this color. I'll put you on the side just in case. And then again, working my borders. Oh, there's just one of this little arrow. Oh, a couple. So I'm going to go to my next color. I actually see more of the bow ties. Okay, but I'm going to stick with this. Here we go. Going to the left. The arrow's pointing towards the left. Here's another one going towards the right. Very easy. There we go. Arrow's pointing to the left. That's it. There's just this arrow pointing up. There's a few. Okay, so now we have this arrow pointing down. Oh, didn't grab you. I hope everyone's having a good Monday. I've really had to change my thinking with Monday too. And I'm like, it's a brand new week. It's full of possibilities. I have a lot of time to get done what I need to get done. Really, it's a mind game all the time. And then I have my little bow ties. And I don't even mind single placing. I know you can even do like a little patchwork. I'm sorry, I don't even have it down on my area here. I don't even mind like doing the single placing. I love multi-placing, but I don't even mind doing the single placing. And you can even do a little patchwork here where you stagger your diamond paintings and then you fill in. A lot of diamond painters like that method of diamond painting. And I'm just working my borders. That's it. I'm working around my borders. And so I have these two little arrows pointing up. Where are you? Here we go. This might be you, because in the case you look like that, but upside down. You look like what I need. Okay. So just 2 here. Yep. And here's the X that I took out. I call it my multiplication, because I keep my numbers, and if there's a number sign, like I'll start with a number sign, and then, oh, that's the wrong one. It's the wrong one. And I don't like using, I like using these tweezers to align things, but I don't like them on my canvas. I don't like pulling drills up. I'll put the number sign, and then I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever numbers are the symbols for the canvas. And then I put the subtraction, multiplication, and then the division signs. I keep all the math together. It's girl math. So I had a few X's here, like 5 of them. And then I just see a couple, 3 of the plus signs, and they're right here. I know where they're at. They're right below my numbers. And here is the first little quarter of my, what I'm calling a very light confetti, but it was perfect to demonstrate to you. So that was my demonstration on finding a jumping off point, a little island to begin your confetti, starting with your darker colors that are usually the white symbols. Now there's a patch here of white symbols. Make sure I get you guys in here. So there's a patch of white symbols here. And that is, like, to me, just a medium type of shading here. But it could be another jumping off point for your light colors. Or you can go with the U here. Here's another little island of color right here. There we go. So we found our jumping off point. We started with our pewter gray, very dark, and then we dotted it with a black brown, and then we had a pewter pewter dark, because there was pewter gray very dark, and then there was pewter gray dark, and then we just had these little dots of confetti here and there. But again, if you just ride your borders, the borders of the island, I just had a very fun time creating something, and I was just relaxed doing it. I single placed the whole thing. There was a point where I could have multi-place, but I chose not to. I like doing, when I'm in a confetti area, what I'm finding is that I like doing maybe a checkerboard pattern. I only did a very small part, but here's this one section here. So let me get a tray. So you're skipping the, that's got a tab on it. You're skipping the drill next to it. Which could be fun. I've seen, I think it was on Instagram, maybe. No, I don't think it was. I think it was on Reddit, and I saw patterns in canvases. You know, people were me. They're like, this one guy was saying, I'm so bored with this canvas, so I've decided to create shapes in it with my drills. And it was funny because one of them was like a little dog. Where am I going here? This is kind of a crazy shape for me. I know I'm not perfect. I know I kind of maybe messed this up here and there. The other thing that I found too is that through that whole experience of hitting that first patch of confetti was that I was holding my hand and I was drilling too tightly, and it was just a whole anger management kind of thing. It was a whole therapy session. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to place my other drills. Is that I really don't have to press hard to pick up my drills. I really don't have to press hard to place them back. I mean, we all know how sticky these canvases are. We don't really have to press so hard into them. I opt to do my straightening of my drills later on. You know, this is time that I carve out for myself to do something that I enjoy, and I just wanted to make it fun and just make it pleasurable. And so I have no more white symbols. So my shading for this painting is complete as far as using dark colors to shade. And then I would just again work my borders and see, well, what's the next symbol that I see that is kind of heavy. And this is such a tough, I have to tell you. I'm going to use my magnifying glass here. It's an H, but if you don't have one of these, I'm finding that using my camera lens is so much better at looking at something than, again, dollar store, great find, great, great for you to use. But your cell phone comes with a magnifier. Your cell phone comes with a pretty sharp, very intelligent camera lens these days. The definition on them is incredible. So you can use your phone. So that looks like an H, and I probably would fill that area in next. And you could kind of see where it's going to be dotted here and there. But if I set my trays up and I just want to concentrate working this border, my tray is already out. I can just go back to it if I missed one here and there, and I don't have to go back into my tray. Just like I said, I'm so sensitive to, I'm finding that when I did a self-care Sunday where we talked about the listening path, and the listening path is what you listen to, your environment. Like right now, my fan is squeaking a little bit, probably from all the dust in my house, and it really needs a good clean, and it's just annoying me to no end. The same way this annoys me. Okay, hold on. It just is like, and the constant snapping and opening when you're doing confetti, and then this is all you hear. It wears. You don't think that it does, but that what you're listening to, kind of, what was it recently that it was a repeat. Oh, it was my cell phone. I turned it off today. I have all these apps that want to send me notifications, and I'm running to my phone thinking that it's something important. And all I hear is ding, 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 ding. Is it John? Is it my son? Is it my mother? And it's like, no, it's like, I don't even know, like Shein or Temu that are like texting me incessantly. So I've learned to create the world that I want to live in. And it's not all this rattling and shaking and noise. So just having your trays out and ready, it just makes for a more enjoyable experience. It's like dipping yourself into a bubble bath. You close the door, you dim the light, you light the candles, you put the scented oils in the tub. I want this experience to be like that. If I can cut down on something that doesn't distract me, then that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to take you along with me. So I hope you enjoyed this first part of my tip for making confetti, like entering into a nice warm bath. Maybe that'll be the line for this video. I don't know. But I'm so glad that I was able to get this done before John came back in. I can't be too mad at him. He went out to fetch lunch. So I love you, my subscribers. Please think about subscribing. Please, and please give me your feedback in the comment section. It's what makes this channel. It's what makes me get out of my little bubble and what I think works and doesn't work. And I get to hear from you. And this channel is for me I'm creating the world that I want to live in, but it's for you also. So I want to hear from you. So please think about subscribing. And I will see you as always in the next one, which will most likely be tomorrow, because I want to keep continuing this little session of confetti, and I will be alone and I will be dust free. Thank you, my loves. I love you. And I will see you as always in the next one.